Day 3. Day 3. Well, it's a gorgeous morning again, everybody. So this is not going to be as long as the last one. You know, when I say that they last a short amount of time, just know that I might be contradicting myself quite a bit on that. You know, especially on a couple of other things. But all we have is a couple of things, and then you're going to be all done. Okay, so I want you to come in, and as I said again, be quick about it. I don't want bugs again, as I had a dream last night about bees flying around inside a building. I was afraid of them all. So, inside. Okay. A lot of you went in really quickly in a short amount of time. That is going to be really important. Okay, so as of yesterday and as of the day before that, today is day 3, lesson 3. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing more word problems and also learning how to read big numbers in the different placements, and also additionally solving big multi-digit problems. Now, first things first, if you have anything that is going to be a distraction, anything that you do not need, that is not necessary, needs to be put away up in the closet. Okay, just like the other 2 days, and as usual, I'll give you time to do that. Okay. Alright, are we done? Okay, follow me, please. And as usual, stay in the kitchen, please. Okay, everybody. You remember the drill of how it worked out last time? Okay, how it worked out yesterday and then the day before yesterday. So, if you want, right now is your time to go to the restroom and get a drink. Okay, and also if you want, to have like a snack or something, there's drinks in the fridge, and there's snacks over on that corner, top over there. Once you go in the office, in that like cabinetry, you'll find some snacks on the top shelf. Okay, and as I said again, don't make a mess, don't be clean about it, but it's not a distraction. Remember that this drink is choice, but I will heartily recommend if you go to the restroom and then you take a drink. Okay, so that's what you're going to do today, right now. Alright, so go do it, and then after that, you're going to be moving on to the next step. Okay, everybody. So, first things first, I want you all to, if you have a pencil, then I want you to sharpen it. Otherwise, you can get a new pencil or an extra pencil if you want for today. If you have a pen, then keep to it, although I would requirely recommend that you get a pencil that way you can erase, okay? Crayons, colored pencils, that's basically your choice. But if I were you, I would definitely get a pencil. I think that, makes the most sense, okay? But, if you want to make it all colorful and, with that fancy pen writing, then you can, although I do not have erasable pens where, you can take the pen and then you can erase, okay? Also, I want you to get another sheet of paper. either scratched or line. I think for today you might want to get the line paper, and I would definitely get a calculator today as well, because I think that you'll need a calculator for the last part of today. Okay? The last part of today. You'll need a calculator, so get that. If you don't have a multiplication chart already, then I want you to grab that. And if you have a notebook, then remember to turn in a new page in your notebook and title it page 8 or page 9, whatever page number that you're at, okay? And that's all I want you to do for now. But, those of you, get whatever supplies that you think that you might need. Papers, calculator, pencils, all of those things, okay? Kind of think practically, kind of think ahead, okay? Because while I'm talking to you and while I'm teaching and lecturing, I don't want you to, then realize that you forgot to get something, that you need something or want something, and then you go to the table, while I'm, teaching you, getting all those things. So try to avoid that, okay? I don't care if you get up, it's not like you have to ask permission to, get up, or anything. To use the restroom, you already had time for that. Going out of the room, but staying inside the room, you do not have to ask permission. You can get up whenever you feel like it to go grab other supplies on that table. So that table is all of your tables. And also remember, sharing is caring. So let's not, act like hoarders and try to take everything, as you all should know. Okay, so I want that done from you, okay? And then we're going to get to what we're going to be learning about today. It's going to be about 3 things that I don't think that will take very long. Okay, I'll try to make this a little bit shorter than yesterday, okay? As best as I can, because I don't work that way, as you know too well. Okay, and as you can see, I have the windows open, and I'm going to keep the door open to get the fresh air circulating, because it gets to be a hot room, and I know that some of you have complained that it's hot in here. So I'll do my best. So today, let's see what we're going to be looking at today. Today, we are going to be looking at day 3, and what does it say under day 3? And day 3 is abbreviated. So day 3, we're learning about place value, and I've checked off day 2, as you can see here. We're using a new marker. We're using the purple marker, and we're doing place value and solving big multi-digit numbers in all of the 4 things: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around. Okay. I'm going to turn it around here so that we can get to it. The very, very first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to continue working on story problems. Okay? So what's going to happen is I am going to do these out of order. So we're not going to do all addition, all multiplication, all subtraction, and all division. I'm going to, kind of mix them up. Now, I felt like yesterday was super duper easy, and I wasn't teaching you anything that was very challenging. So, I might make something crystal clear. I might have a plan, but then I might add things to it or get rid of things. That's just how I am. So, this is where you're going to be, I'm going to asking you, which way we're going to be solving it. So either addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division by the actual story and the problem, and by those solving words that we talked about yesterday. Okay, so remember, addition is, and I'm not going to tell you, okay, because I want you, you to be able to recognize it through through all the problems. So, hopefully they're a little bit more difficult, and you have to think about them a little bit more. And so I won't do all addition, all of the other things. There will be multiple different problems. So let's begin with the very, very first one. I will not do all of these, but let's see here. So what I'm going to be doing is I might do 2 of each problem. Okay, 2 of each problem. And then I might use these again tomorrow, and this might be you considered a warm-up thing. So we're not going to be doing all of these. I'm just going to be doing 1 and 2 of each paper, okay? So there's nothing that you need to glue in or anything. So there were 67 bird families living near the mountain. If 32 bird families flew away for winter, how many bird families were left near the mountain? So we have 67 bird families living near the mountain. Okay, so we have 67. And if 32 of those bird families flew away, how many are remaining? How many are left? Remember those solving words. So what would we be doing to solve this one? Okay, excellent. We would be subtracting. So we would be subtracting, as you know, and I'm going to solve it here on the board, and I realize I do not have a calculator, so let me go grab it if need be. Okay, excellent. So if we're finding out how many are remaining, if we have a total number, like a big ultimate number, and then someone takes things away, and then how many are remaining, it's obviously a subtraction problem, if you think about it, because we're subtracting those and finding a smaller number. Opposite that, subtraction is backwards addition, and division is backwards multiplication. Okay? Just like fire, earth, air, water. Fire, earth, 1, or water, 2. They'll kind of pure that way. So you will see the opposite of that when we do addition problems. So we are solving on this one. We're solving 67, and I'm going to write it up here on the board. But actually, here's what I want you to do. Is you don't have to write down any notes today. Okay, we might do that again another day, but just for today, I want you to so do all of you have calculators or a sheet of paper? Okay, so either solve it from the calculator or a sheet of paper. And if you solve it from the calculator and get the answer, then don't shout it out. Immediately when you get it. Okay, so 67 minus 32, 765, 6543. So, and remember, when we do these, we need to use the labels. So, 67 bird families, because that's what we're talking about here. And then 32 bird families. So 67 bird families, and then take away 32 bird families, and you get 36. Wait, is that even 7? Oh, wait, I am so wrong. Okay, 6, 5, 4, 3, 7, 6, 5. Okay, sorry, 35. I don't know why I didn't. We'll get that right. I was wondering because this is, because, 7 minus 2 is 5. It's not 6. So, my mistake. Okay, well, 35 bird families. Okay, I did not think about that. Alright, well, mistakes happen. We live and we learn. Now I'm trying to find my thing that I use to erase with, and I can't find it. I'm using this today. Alright, this will be the eraser for today. Okay, so I'm going to be mixing them up here, okay? So, just want to cap this marker so that it does not waste any ink. So, let's see. So it says Lexi has a lot of art materials. She needs to organize all these materials into containers, into containers. So, can you think about what kind of, how we're going to be solving this? So on the first one, so she counted her crayons and found out that she had 80 crayons, which she will place in crayon boxes. Every crayon box contains 8 crayons. How many crayon boxes does she need? So, it's all about thinking about the problem. So she counted her crayons and found out 80 crayons. So if we're writing this down, we know that the total is 80 crayons. And remember, we put our labels on there of what we're talking about. So she counted her crayons and found that she has 80 crayons, which she will put in crayon boxes. Every crayon box contains 8 crayons. So we know the total number of crayons. We know how many crayons each box contains. So over here, we would put 8, wait a second. Okay. So, we know that there are 8 crayons. 8 crayons. I just wanted to see you get that right. And so, what we're trying to find out here, it's this kind of middle small, remember that I was telling you about. We're trying to figure out how many crayon boxes, the crayon boxes. So we know number of crayons, we know how many crayons in each box. Then now we need to figure out how many crayon boxes does she have. So what would we be doing with this? Who can think about it? No, we would not be multiplying. Hence what I did to this equation. So we know, here's the telltale sign. We have a total. Right here, we have the total. The total is 80. 80 crayons. And we have this here. So remember, middle. Middle, that's the key word. So remember which sign, I want to say, does that connect to? Division. Amazing. So we would be dividing 8 into 80. 8 into 80, and if we were to divide those two, that would give us... Oops, okay. 80 into 8. 10. 10 boxes. So 80 crayons. Those 80 crayons in all. And then 8 crayons in each box. So then, how many boxes would there be? Would be 10. That would amount to 80. And you can sit there and think all about that, but we do not have the time to meander on about that. Okay, so 8 times 10 is 8. See how it's backwards multiplication. So 8 crayons times 10 boxes equals 80 total crayons. Alright. Now, let's see here about this one. Okay. So, Alright. So in order to start constructing the house, Charlie and his father needed to gather some wood from the forest. So we know, the situation, constructing a house and wood from the forest. If they initially have 15 extra planks of wood in the house, so 15 extra planks, and Charlie and his father got 10 planks of wood each, how many pieces of wood would they have in total? In total. And I'm just going to warn you that addition and multiplication can be confused. I think that I gave it away though. So, initially having 15 planks of wood, and then they each got 10 planks of wood, so they already have 15, and then they're getting, and then after that 15, they're getting 10 more planks. So after they get 10 more planks, how many pieces would they end up having? What would it result to? What would we be doing? We would not be multiplying. We would not be multiplying. Someone else. Adding. Okay, I kind of gave you a little bit of option on that one. So we would be adding 15 plus 10. 25. So, writing it out, we know that we have 15 extra planks plus 10. I'm going to put more. Anytime there is more, anytime that it doesn't say it, but it looks that way, and it doesn't ask how much more, in the actual question of what we're trying to figure out, then that could be a telltale sign that it is addition. So then, planks would equal, and remember, number, label, and then solving word if it has it in there. A definite one. So 25 planks in total. In total. Remember, that's our little labeling. Okay. So, that is that. That's that. So, now we're going to be erasing this and moving on to another one. We're going to be moving on to another one. Okay. So it says, Andrew and his friend, so Andrew and is having friends over for game night. So he decided to prepare snacks and games. That's what we're dealing with here, snacks and games. So the first one, he started by making many sandwiches. He has 4 friends coming over. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he made 3 sandwiches for each one of them. How many sandwiches did he make? So we have 4 friends coming over. And and 3 sandwiches for each. So if looking at this, we do not know the total. We do not know the total. And it could be asking how many total sandwiches did he make. So that's a telltale sign that it's either... Yes. Wonderful. So, 4 friends. So, those 4 friends coming over to a party, and then timesing, each friend gets about 3 mini sandwiches. So each friend gets 3. So we know that those 4 friends coming over, and we know how many sandwiches each one of those get is about 3. So what would obviously what will we be doing? Multiplying. That would be 12 sandwiches. Remember, answer, label, answer a number, and also with that, the label, and then I'll just put in all. Okay, in all. I mean, you could put the solving word. I would requirely recommend that you put the solving word. Okay, and, if it doesn't say it directly, if it says it directly there, then copy it. But if it doesn't, then come up with, in total and all, in this case. Okay, so that is a multiplication. A multiplication one. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see if we can do Uno math. Okay, so it says 3 piles of clean white papers were stacked in the corner of her room. So 3 white papers, 3 pieces of clean white paper. She decided to place these papers in paper envelopes, of which she can hold 10 papers each. How many paper envelopes does she need if she has 120 clean white papers? So so this is kind of a difficult one. They usually have 2 numbers. But this one's a little tricky because it has 3 numbers in it. So, 3 pieces of clean white papers were stacked in the corner of her room. So she decided to place these papers in paper envelopes holding 10 papers each. So we know how how many papers that the envelopes hold is 10 papers. How many paper envelopes does she need if she has 120 clean white papers? So, looking at this one, let's see here. So, I think for this one, there's probably 2 numbers that might be right and might be wrong. So, does anyone have any ideas for this? Because it kind of answers it fully with the 3 numbers. Exactly, we would be dividing. So, what would we be dividing? Ten into 120. Okay, that's a good guess. So we're going to be doing 10 into 120. So 12 papers. 12 papers. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. So we have 12 papers. So if we have 10 papers, if the paper envelopes hold 10 papers each, and then she has 120 clean white papers, how many paper envelopes does she need if she has 120 clean white papers? So obviously in the answer that number would be important. So 12 papers, obviously. Alright, well I don't know about that one. Let's do one more just to prove it. Alright, let's do this one. So, at the river, 25 out of 25 salmon families went to warmer waters to avoid being frozen. They had to swim 125 miles to get there. How many salmon families were left in the river? So, actually looking at this, 25 out of 55 families. So let's just forget about the 55 and keep with the 25. So 25 salmon families went to warmer waters to avoid being frozen. So they had to swim 125 miles to get there. Actually that 55 number is important for salmon families. So with that keyword left, what will we be doing? Left. Anytime it says left, yes. Those keywords really give them away. So let's subtract. So 25, I'll just put families. And then, there's two ways to solve. Obviously we'll be doing this. So, families. So, when you're subtracting, you always start with the bigger number minus the smaller number. As an addition of starting with the smaller number, bigger number.